Welcome to my shop where I share ideas. Today I've got a little jig here to do a specific job. Actually, it's going to be able to do a number of jobs. I'll show you in another video some of the other things that I've got planned for it. But anyway, I'd like to see how it works, so imagine you are too. So let's get this thing, get the table saw turned on and see how well it works. Well, I guess before I get started here, I should actually show you what this thing is supposed to do and some of the design features of it. I often make some model toys, etc., and you have to cut those wheel treads out. What I've done in the past here is, of course, use some sort of template and then just try to follow the template. It comes out not that bad, but I wanted something a little faster and a little more accurate. So what I've got here is a device that will turn the wheel, and you do not need a template. So I've made up these templates, these little wheels with little indents in here, very accurately on a rotating table. And so I could use it for various size wheels or different types of projects. I've also made it adjustable, so that little lead screw that goes through there can be put in any one of those holes. And then we're going to use the table saw here, table saw blade, to cut grooves in that block or that wheel. Then the two give you a close-up of those little holes there, a little closer here. I've made this little spring out of wood, and it's just a matter of turning it to the next one and it pops in each time you do it. This one here is 15 degrees increments, which gives 24 treads. And while I was making these, I've made a whole series of different ones with different degrees, so I could do different things, and whatever the application called for, I just pick out the one with the number of holes that I would need. To make individual ones, it's a lot better than having one, let's say like that very bottom one there, with lots of holes, because then a person can get mixed up on which one it's supposed to click into to make your next cut. So this makes it super simple. Just cut every time you it pops into one of those. And so just one nut there, take that off, that pops that off, and put another one on. And of course on this side here too, just a nut will hold that in place there. Two washers that are heavy washers that will keep it lined up nice and true there. So this wheel that I'm making is not for anything, it's just for demonstration purposes to show you how this thing works. So I guess now we're ready to start, now that you know what it hopefully it does. It wasn't that fast. I got going a little better towards the end there. A little shorter strokes and fast. Anyway, now I'm going to set it up to do a little different cut there. This is just a plain straight cut. In this operation, I've screwed this part down at an angle, and so I get an angled tread on here. So let's start it and make a few cuts here. I'm fairly pleased with it. It did a nice job. The angles were very accurate as far as the spaces go there. So I'm really happy with that, and it went quite quickly without having to do a whole lot of fiddling around once it was set up. To change to different size wheels, it's fairly easily. Just take this out, and once the wheel is off, then you can put it in any hole that you like, and then you just move the little indexing thing up, and you're ready to go with a different size. And of course, you can take this off just simply with a nut, change to a different one of the discs that I made up there. But I can see some problems that I'll have to change. If I go to the bottom one here, it won't fit in there, so I'll have to take and cut this out for the wheel. All these wheels were the same size. They were made a little larger than the discs that, let's say, you want to cut, so you don't have to have your blade up so high on the saw. So I can get quite close to the bottom here with that to cut a smaller wheel. So other than that, it's works quite well. Not too many changes. I will have some other things in mind for this jig, different applications and different ways to use it. So if you subscribe, you'll see some of the other things that you could do with a jig like this. Well, we're still on this project here. I just have did the alteration here. I've added, taken out some wood there, put that on the lowest hole, and maybe make it a little quicker. And I thought of this before, but I was too anxious to get it to try it. I put a stop here. Just clamp the stop so I can only go so far. It'll just make it a little quicker here. And then of course I got to stop at the far end there. So we'll see how this one works.